Everybody, we have head coach Brad Brownell.
Uh, Difficult loss. Really feel for my guys. Offensively, I thought we played, fairly well for most of the time. We've had some issues with turnovers and passing, and it's something we've actually been working on: basic passing and fundamentals of passing and different drills for the first 15 minutes of practice every day for a month. And unfortunately, it reared its head today. The turnovers, I thought, were the major factor offensively for why we struggled. And then defensively, we tried to bottle it up to slow down Wong and McGusty and Moore. They're three top scorers, and I think we did a reasonably good job of that. But Wardberg and number 11 made threes. And, I think we anticipated that Wardberg could make a couple and would make a couple, and we were okay with that. I don't think we felt like 11, who's a good player. I think Miller might be his last. Jordan Miller. We didn't anticipate him shooting the ball like that. That surprised us. And to be honest with you, their offensive efficiency or our struggle defensively in the second half was the reason we lost the game.
Questions?
Brad, this is Matt. Just what do you feel like needs to change so that you guys can close out some of these closer games down the stretch?
I don't know that I can say it's one thing. I think we've had a couple of games where offensively we haven't played as well. The turnovers are a problem offensively for us, not getting some shots. We had two out of bounds plays where we had the ball, the guys open under the basket, and we threw the ball out of bounds, or we threw one out of bounds and one got stolen. I think, we had a couple more chances to throw the ball inside. We had a late turnover by Nick to try to throw the ball inside to PJ in a crucial time. I think the turnovers are hurting us. It's not every game, but they rear ahead and when we don't need them. I think we're still trying to figure out and have confidence in somebody that offensively that can settle us down. We've gone to PJ a lot. In some games he's really delivered. He played well today. I don't think he played great, but he played well. But I see our team looking around a little bit. There's just not quite the confidence at the end of games that, good teams have. And some of that's a little bit of us still trying to put our team together. And just, I think PJ's our best player. He's our most valuable guy. He's a guy that has to emerge in that role. And, we're going through a little of the growing pains of a young guy developing into a great player. And that probably hurts us a little bit in a couple of these situations. And then defensively tonight, we just weren't able to get stops. And that's happened a couple of times. It wasn't rebounding tonight or anything like that. It was a couple of guys making some tough shots and some guys making some shots that maybe, we didn't know that they could make.
Any more questions?
Yeah, there's more. Relax.
Okay.
Brad, I think that was maybe the fewest minutes Al's played this year, or at least near that. Just what did you want to see more of from him?
I thought Chase was playing very well. We've seen a lot of this out of Chase in practice really for about a year and a half. It just hasn't translated. He's been a little nervous. He's had a little anxiety with it. Just, for whatever reason, it hasn't been able to translate, but we've known this is coming. He's a good player. He's a guy that has played consistently well in practice for the last couple of weeks. And I think his size helped us a little defensively. Offensively, what was he, 15 points tonight? And I thought he had a great,
yes, sir,
pretty efficient game. And so it wasn't so much that Al did. It was more that Chase was playing well. And, we kind of kept Nick in there for a little while. And those three guys, a lot of times are switching at some of those positions. Anybody else?
Yeah, Brad, have you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Susan.
Okay, sorry, thanks. I'm Susan Miller-Degnan with the Miami Herald. And
Yes, ma'am.
this isn't about basketball specifically, but it is about Clemson athletics. It's been reported that Dan Radakovich is a candidate for the UMAD job. And my two-pronged question, I guess, is, has he informed you what he's doing in terms of staying at Clemson or coming to Miami as its new AD, or do you know? And the other part was just, what's he like as an AD? How important has he been in terms of the athletic program's development and basketball, I guess?
Yeah, the answer to the first question is no. I haven't spoken to Dan. And whatever he does, he and Marcy decide. I'll 100% supportive. He's been great to me and my family at Clemson. He's an outstanding leader. He's done a lot at Clemson. He's really helped with facilities. I think he's done a lot of internal things within the department that have, streamlined a lot of things to really make us run efficiently. He hires good people. He's just a first-class, top-notch AD. Obviously, it's why he's been so many places, had so much success. Certainly would hate to lose him if he decides to leave, but if that's what he wants to do, I'd be extremely happy for he and Marcy. They're great people, and they've been extremely productive in their time at Clemson.
Does he go to all the games? I guess he probably does, right?
Yeah, he doesn't go to every road game, but he's at all our home games, and he'll see, several road games. And, I think he's great. He does a good job he doesn't micromanage his coaches. I mean, he lets you do your job, asks you how he can help, support. But he's not in your office every week telling you who to recruit and who to schedule and what to do. He lets his coaches coach and tries to serve in a way of, mentoring and just, helping make sure you have the things you need to be successful. And I think he's got a great big picture of what universities need in athletic departments because he's been doing it so long.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Just to kind of piggyback off of that, I was just wondering how you first maybe heard about it, or I guess your reaction when you did.
I saw it yesterday on the bus on our way to the airport. And, I don't know if it surprised me, probably a little bit. Dan's the kind of guy who's been highly successful, and, he's going to have opportunities, so, I didn't much get into it beyond that. And I'm not going to get into it much further. I whatever he decides, I'll be happy for him. He's been really good to us, and however he wants to finish his career, he's earned the right to do that.
My last question, I was just wondering what you think about kind of this ACC game being thrown in. I know it's kind of the middle of non-conference right now, but just how different is it? And I guess trying to regroup now before real ACC play begins.
It's fine. I mean, you probably prefer it to be later with students and all the stuff that's going on. But with 20 games, you just can't do that. And, in some ways it's sort of refreshing to have a game like this in the middle of your non-conference to kind of give you, new look, new life, whatever. It's unfortunate that we didn't finish the game. It would be, real shot in our arm had we won this game and, built some confidence. I could tell that Miami felt good about themselves today, having won the game at Penn State on Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever they played. Okay.